Hello, everybody. So before we get started, I do want to say I have a Discord. So it's in my link. It's in the link tree in my bio, and also in my description. I'm able to put links in descriptions now, happily. And so now we've got that going. So I'm just gonna explain why I had to take a break, and it's because my ex is very not smart. So my ex, I've been with him since October of last year, and we broke up in June of this year. And I'm the one that broke it off because I just didn't want to deal with his drinking, and also he wanted to get back on substances, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be around that, so I decided to leave him for good. And ever since then, I had to do a restraining order on him when I first broke up with him because he kept on logging into my social media and sending me messages and kind of like slightly vaguely threatening messages too, and like wouldn't stop threatening to harm himself and do stuff to himself and others. And so I just kind of, I had to get a restraining order on him. And then at the end of that month, I decided not to go forward with the restraining order because it was an emergency one. So with emergency restraining orders, you kind of have to wait it out, because you can't just drop it willy-nilly. But I did everything on my part on the restraining order. He did to do like two things that kind of went against it, but he got warnings. I just told the person to warn him because I just didn't want to. Well, told the sheriff that was working with it not just to warn him because I didn't want him to go to prison, because jails here are not that great. They are very much ran by different gangs and people, and he would not survive. He would not survive in jail here. But anyway, so I did not go forward with the said restraining order because he calmed down and he wanted to be a bus driver and everything, and I didn't want to, put a restraining order on his record because he calmed down and he stopped acting awful to me. And then fast forward, well, no, not kind of fast forward, but so like we did, like before work, I went over there because the bus that I took to go to work got there around an hour or so early, so I went up there just to go say hi and stuff, and then I would leave. And then he was saying to my mom's husband that he felt like I was taking advantage of him by going up there and sometimes asking for a ride back home because the bus either left me or I had stuff to carry and I didn't want to carry it from my bus stop. So, yeah, and I didn't even ask. It was a roommate that said, hey, you should go take her down. And he's like, okay. But, anyway, so after he said that, I was like, okay, then I won't ask you for anything that I really asked, but okay, I'll just not go around you that much. So I stopped going around him that much. And then after that, he kept on, like, hanging out where I was going to be. And because, like, I was hanging out at this park, I was getting dropped off at a bus at the park where I work, and he would just show up on the mini bike he's suing me for, by the way, on the mini bike, and just, like, come and talk to me and just bring up his drama and stuff. He goes, oh, we're still best friends and all that, even though he, like, still didn't want to be around me. And I'm like, okay, cool, alright. And so then, fast forward to a few weeks ago, I take my dog over to the apartment because I asked my old roommate if he could watch my dog. My dog's really calm and sweet and, like, doesn't really do much. So he's a really easy dog to take care of. Even though he did get sick when he was there, he got sick and threw up because he ate too fast. That's why he is a slow feeder. Anyway, so the roommate, of course, gladly watched him, and I went to work, and then I came back, and I picked him up. I was waiting for my bus at the bus stop, and I get a message from my ex's new fiance. Mind you, we've been separated for 3 months at this point. she messages me going, here, no, just bring up the logs right now. I can just bring them up. It's so funny. Intermission. So here's the messages. She goes, hey, why do you keep on coming around your ex's house? This is blank's fiance, which blank is my ex. I'm not going to say his name because giving a name to him just creates more. And go drop off your dog at your boyfriend's house. I go, nice. By the way, I sent this to his mom, which I did. I sent it to his mom. She goes, don't you have a new man? Why are you going around your ex's house? And I sent a screenshot of my ex's mom's number to her. And she goes, why did you give me blank's mom's number? I go, here's his mom's number. By the way, heads up, he'll talk about his ex-wife more than to you. And care about sports. But if he can handle that, then kudos. I'm glad I'm out of that relationship. And why I asked him to watch Sticks is because he was always okay with it. But if he had a problem with it, he could grow some manhood and tell me himself, not send one of the 4 chicks he's been talking to after me. It's effing trashy. So our older roommate told me that he's been talking to a whole bunch of random chicks off of Facebook, which I'm like, oh, that's why he's been getting scammed a lot. Okay. And I go, I don't know, maybe she would like to meet the new fiance. And then she messages, he's been single and we met on a dating app. I go, yeah, he's been single for 3 months. She goes, why do you care so much about your ex? I go, I don't care about him. I've actually stopped talking to him for the past month, and he's the one that's been reaching out and saying stuff. He's been hanging out around places I'm going to be after work. I had to get a restraining order on him when we broke up because he was effing insane. She goes, I don't care about your guys' relationship. It's over, period. I go, yeah, that's what I've been saying. She goes, yeah, but you guys broke up. You broke up with him. And then I sent her a screenshot of me telling my ex, hey, we should probably not be around each other that much because he thinks that we still have a chance, and I don't have a chance with him. I don't want to have a chance with him. And it's him saying, oh, you're not leading me on, blah, 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 and that it's okay to talk with him still. And I go, this was me trying to stop communication, and he said, no, I'm okay to keep talking to him. Anyways, I'm blocking you, and I'm not dealing with it. And she goes, F you, bye. I go, I'm also sending all this to his parents, because that was a little pick up there. And then I sent to my ex, I go, alright, yeah, I'm just going to block you and have nothing to do with you, but also I sent what your fiance sent me to your mom. Also, grow a pair of gonads. And if you didn't want me to bring Sticks, then you should have told me and not have one of the 4 chicks you've been chatting with go after me. And now that I told your girlfriend off, I'm going to say this. You need to grow up and actually be a man. Don't go to your mom when you have... Don't go to my mom when you have a problem with something. I'm going to have my mom block you as well because this is bullcrap. You're not in my life anymore, so there's no reason she should be. And so that's why I sent to those. And I completely stopped talking to him. And that was... let me see how long ago it was. That was... at 3:30 p.m. I don't know. It was a few weeks ago. But since then... he has messaged one of my friends asking how I've been and asking a whole bunch of random stuff about me, and I've just been confused about it. And then last week he had our old roommate serve me with papers saying that he was suing me, and so that's where I am at now. But now he is suing me for $755, and my court date is currently on the 25th of this next month. Unless if he wants to drop the charges, which I don't care either way, I'm going to court with him. And so, anyway, so I get these papers, and I'm blindsided because, well, not really blindsided, I'm just not surprised. that he's doing this because he's always been, greedy and money hungry and all that. So he sued me $755 and goes, "Why does defendant owe the plaintiff money?" He goes, "She had me buy a mini bike off of my credit and promised to pay me back, but she never has. She also had me pay $100 cash for her dog." Which I said, what did I say? Which he bought it. We thought like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, so we can get around town and not have to waste like gas on your car. And that's what we both agreed on. But after the breakup, he had the mini bike and it's his. It's been his this whole time, and he had it on his property or by his property or whatever. It's been there. And he just acts like I'm the one responsible for it when it's not even mine. I haven't been around him. I barely even I used it 4 times since the breakup because I went up there and asked him about stuff and then went to work. And in between then, and when I use it, I would fill it up. I would make sure it's filled up, and I'd stop by the gas station and put money to fill up the gas. And it's not like I left it empty and brought it back and damaged it and all that. It's literally I just borrowed it. And then with my dog, he says he paid $100 for him, which my dog is all legally under my name. Microchip, paperwork, everything is under my name. And at least $60 of said $100 I have paid. I have a receipt saying that I have paid. But the funniest part about all this, which I laugh at constantly, is that the evidence he put in stating that, how much I owe him. He put in a bill from a motorsports repair place for $37, and it says billed to him and to his apartment. The next page is the police report stating it's been what was it called? It was stolen. And it says who owns this property, his name, his date of birth, his address, and his phone number. And then the property is red Coleman mini bike, and then the serial number for it. And he signed it, and the officer that took it signed. And then on the very back is the receipt and card that he used to pay for it. And it's the Tractor Supply card with his name, the card number, and on the receipt, under Tractor Supply credit store card, he used his card, and that's what was charged. So of course, nothing is under my name. The bike is not under my name. And I, of course, talked to a lawyer and a HR representative that I know, just because we're friends. And she said, it's just like if I came up to you and asked you to pay off my credit card just because we were roommates. And so I also have evidence that he's not even the one who was paying it. It's his mom. His mom messaged me saying that she was the one paying it, which I screenshotted. And then also, if he says that he can't afford to pay it, I have a screenshot of him saying that he's in Vegas right now. So, of course, I'm bringing those up in court. And if it's if it's seen as a frivolous lawsuit, 1, I can countersue him. And then 2, I can use that as evidence for another restraining order to get him just to stop coming around me. Because he's said and done stuff that I'm just fed up with, and I just want to move on. That's all I've ever been wanting to do with this, is move on and just stop. Yeah. Anyway, that's what's been going on. So sorry for not really being on too much. And thank you so much. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment what you think what you would do in this situation, honestly. And thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a nice night. And happy Labor Day.